Welcome back to Sushimi's House. I'm your loving host, Master Sushimi. Joined today by my sweet sibling, Ice Ice Bubbie.
Hello.
As well as my good puppy son, Mr. President, aka Theodore Roosevelt, aka Teddy. Don't growl. And we're back with some more Horizon Forbidden West. We're talking to Sylens, because...
Completely proved me wrong that he could in fact talk for 20 minutes worth. Or at least more than, like, 2.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Sylens, grip it and rip it.
You didn't need a bunch of Oseram tinkerers to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated.
Yeah, I just now saw it has all that stuff in. I didn't realize it was embedded. I always thought it was paint, like face paint, like a lot of people have.
No, he's got like glow sticks that like stick out of him. It's weird.
Well, the ones in his arms are embedded, yes. The ones on his head look more like opposite, like his skin is over them. But I'm like, you're not like a robot, Sylens. That's wild. Like android or cyborg or nothing.
Thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today.
It's true. Our sacrifice is the reason we're here.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones?
There.
Yes. Even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will
Hey, you
work.
smell so toasty.
The
I love it.
intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
I'm sure if we let Beta stick with it for like 10 minutes, she'll figure it out.
Very quickly.
If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hikaru.
Before Regala's rebellion, Hikaru was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with the Karja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier.
I mean, yeah, she didn't.
Exceedingly so.
She didn't question much.
All Regala craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tanakht. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They
turned into a religion.
They unearthed in mysticism and taboo.
Okay, you know what? I'll give him this.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna give him. Like, he's like, they're not.
Well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
Or did you lead them to Thebes?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them, I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
No.
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved. Let
me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
In a silent... Hey, Aloy, I know we're anti-Sylens here. Would he have been wrong for that, though?
Right, like...
Pharaoh was an absolute prick.
Right,
yeah, like, it's hard to be like, Sylens is wrong about everything.
No,
like,
that one...
Try not to mess with
his
Tilda
view on how the Quen dealt with the knowledge...
About your Zenith ally.
Yeah.
I wonder
and also, Pharaoh's like, yeah. He's spot on for those, even if he's kind of like a heartless prick.
Your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
You're warning me about the Sylens?
Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this...
Sylens, who is the Elizabeth Sobek clone?
Oh, a feeling.
Whose survival is actually important here? You or me?
Huh.
Who's Alpha Prime? You or me?
Sylens?
Oh. we're done talking.
Yeah.
Damn. So I think Tilda did have things to say. I know they weren't exclamation points.
Let me check
But
on
that's
that,
how
yeah.
Silence's were too. He didn't have exclamation points.
Yeah, you're right.
And then he had all that stuff to say because with Tilda it was like your house, some other thing, and I was like, she's got shit to say.
Welcome back, Aloy. Would you like
I just want to make sure. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, your house, you and Elizabeth.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival.
That's
both
fair.
when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Yeah.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
Sentimentality,
I built
I
our
imagine?
house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable
I think this she
value.
already told us about.
Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes,
Yes.
her upbringing
Yeah,
was
this
so
I remember, but
cold
now
and
it's different because we're in like a
technical.
different setting. So it's
Yeah.
interesting.
She could experience Vermeer
Mirror and Rembrandt. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, so this
It would
definitely we
bring
did talk
something
about.
else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and
But
technical data being
what she
drummed
said
into her.
before about being different than the other Zeniths,
Sorry,
that was
I
new,
got
I
caught
think.
up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
Yeah, see, this is new too.
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She
Oh, I don't remember that conversation.
said something
I also don't.
after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me.
Oh,
Oh, I'm glad
A
you
little
encouraged me to
closure.
come back to
Those
her,
were the
yeah.
last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
yeah,
I'll go
girl,
over
give
the
us the
full layout
deets.
when you've assembled your friends.
Little thin.
Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural
Golly, the
resources
AC is
they've stripped from
bumping.
the region.
Yeah.
And
Before.
chilly. My feet
First
are
for
like
use in the
actually
base's
cold.
infrastructure, and
I had to
then
put them under the blanket
fabricate
now.
More Spectre drones, a small army of them. In addition, they've also been ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After
I
hundreds
forgot
of
they had a ship in
years
orbit.
Luxuriating
Yeah.
in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Sylens' weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but
You know-
regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard.
Including the ones that
Only a handful
absolutely
of us made
kicked
it
our
to
asses
ship
and
when our
also killed
colony
Varl, so.
collapsed.
You know. Direct revenge.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time.
That makes sense.
On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company.
I don't know if they told us that, but I definitely remember thinking that.
Yeah.
Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the
I get
thrill
that
of it.
vibe. I get like
Yeah.
Deadliest Game vibes
Yeah,
from
I was
him.
gonna say
Treated to
Deadliest
virtual
Game.
reality simulations.
Ew.
In them, he could go on rampages as violent as
As I
he
was say, I think he
pleased,
just like lost touch with.
though I suspect with
human
diminishing
life.
satisfaction.
All of
Yeah.
his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him.
Oh, 100%.
Well,
Alva,
I'm
I'm
sure
sure,
he'd
is like,
bask
oh,
in
he
the
killed my
adoration.
friend. That sucks.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate.
So are
and
already
as
not
such,
ideal.
had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
Yeah.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
He's about to get fucked
I
up.
would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
Yeah, take it back, girl.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I
Yeah,
found data on a man named
10.
Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights,
Are you playing with
shows,
my blanket?
gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth.
No, he perished when our colony
Yeah.
was destroyed.
Aw.
I
He would
figured
have been thrilled
that.
to
I
discover
was
He would
hoping.
have loved to
his
come back to
beloved
Earth, I
city
feel like.
survived.
I feel like he would be on Tilda's team.
Probably. Yeah.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths. Verbena.
Rabina.
Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations.
Damn.
Unlike
Roasted.
most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer,
Oh.
someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
An influencer.
Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true.
Was?
But even rats
She's the one that
can
we
cling
found
to a
dead
vessel
outside
Oh,
of.
that's right.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array
There's
of
still
the
8 that we don't know
wealthiest people on
about.
Earth, titans of their industries.
Yeah.
Let me
Theodore.
guess.
Hey.
All selfish and ruthless to the core.
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch.
Nice.
And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology.
But they
Our
didn't make it.
immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had each
An
other.
eternity. Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all didn't do shit. You just kind of went and retired.
Yeah, pretty much. I think complacency very much took hold.
Yeah.
It reminds me
Where
of
should we go?
I'll be making final preparations.
I don't know how far you've seen
At
into The
8.
Good Place. But there is a point at which they get to see the good place, and the people there are actually miserable.
Oh no.
Like, their brains are fully turned off. Because it's just like every little thing your heart could ever desire, you get instantly with no modicum of effort. And there's also just like no end in sight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and like they work on that. I don't want to spoil the end of the series, but yeah, like they figure it out. And you know what? I'm gonna look up this battery because we're gonna next time here in a couple minutes.
Well, not next time.
Or well, yeah, we're gonna end the session in a couple
Yeah.
minutes. Is what I mean.
And also, our time is now, I don't want to say decreased, but accelerated because our parents are home. And yep, there he goes.
Do you want to just open the door for Teddy? While
yeah,
I
that's
keep like
fine.
looking around this joint.
Okay.
I figure I should probably just see if I can't find this battery. Wild to me that it's just like not here. Oops. Wait, there's another
Oh,
thing
shit.
here.
Another.
There's two batteries that I need to find.
Hang on.
Unless I can like pull them from where they have been put.
I'm just doing like a quick and dirty Google.
Feels like there should be more battery.
So head up the stairs, leaving the server room. You will find a door that has a power. But you have to pry it open. Inside are 3 ancient chests and a panel you can pull with the caster.
Okay, I think this was it.
Oh. Fingers crossed it's not the case, but you might have a bug. Because somebody is saying there is a room when you first find the first cell where you're supposed to have 2. And in your case, you only have the 1. Again, I can't guarantee it. It's just somebody's thing.
I feel like at one point we definitely had another battery cell floating around.
Yeah. I'm wondering if maybe that's just like gone now because you didn't use it, but you couldn't use it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, find a door that powers, but you have to pry open.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that door was...
Oh, that's how you got the original power cell.
Right,
Oh,
that door
oh,
was
oh.
this door. I'm pretty sure.
Well...
And yeah, here's one of the chests you mentioned.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 3 ancient.
There's one over there.
Well,
There's
maybe
one
this
over
is something
here.
we look into
And
off screen
Yeah.
and
yeah,
start
I mean, at
with
this
next
point,
time. Yeah, I was gonna say. And
We're
then
at time, so we'll go ahead and
almost.
call
I
it.
was gonna say we're almost, so you can say your byes. Punch and then poonch.
Punch Poonch?
Errand.
Alright, Aaron.
You goofball.
Go off, King. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us at Sushimi's house. As always, been your loving host, Master Sushimi. If you guys like what you saw, make sure you like these videos as you go along. Don't forget to subscribe so you get these videos in your sub box, and ding that bell so you get a notification when they drop in your sub box.
Chat some more.
Beyond that, there is my Twitter, at Master Sushimi, where I like to tweet fun stuff about video games, the occasional meme here and there. Most importantly, pup dates, which are updates about my pup, Mr. President, aka Theodore Roosevelt, aka Teddy. As I mentioned earlier, he's in a cone currently, which we probably should have slapped on him before letting him downstairs.
Hey, we'll probably be okay. I'll be down
Yeah,
there.
well,
Not
I mean,
long.
we'll be going down in just a second.
Yeah.
But second most importantly, though, I tweet when and what I'll be streaming over at twitch.tv/MasterSushimi. As of the time of this recording, we are still playing Elden Ring. However, we've made some great progress. I actually, I beat Millennia with some help, mind you. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't need it.
Yeah.
And I beat Placido Sax, which I did do actually with, I mean, I summoned my boy band, Big Time Rush, but...
and you summoned Five Guys Burger and Fries.
Yeah, hate you. Other than that, I was actually unassisted.
I want a burger now.
A burger does sound pretty dope. Well, actually, I had one earlier, so I'm actually, a burger would actually yuck me out. But the idea, the platonic ideal of a burger sounds pretty dope. But yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end of Elden Ring, and from there, I think I'm gonna play some Splatoon for a little bit and just like chill.
Yeah.
Until, you know, the next big game that I'm excited about comes out, which I'm still trying to figure out what will be. We also just recorded this on the same day that Nintendo Direct dropped.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that.
So yeah, Bubbie's got to watch that at some point. But like, I'm looking forward to what is essentially Breath of the Wild 2, but it's not called that. It's called I think it's The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Is this new? Oh, okay. Yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to with regards to video games. Not just Nintendo, but a bunch of them. But I'm rambling. Go check out the stuff that I mentioned. If you already have, thank you so much. It means the world to me. But also, make sure you share it with friends, share it with family, share it with foes. Really anybody who you think would be into it, because we want to grow as a community. We want to be loud and proud here at Tsushimi's house. And the best way to do that is going to be through your word of mouth. So with all that being said, thank you so much once again for joining us. And we'll see you in the next video, set of videos, or stream as is appropriate. And in the meantime, I hope you take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones. Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for